Fox 23 talked to state lawmakers who say they're confused as to why test standards made by State Superintendent Ryan Walters were lowered. Glad you're with us. I'm Sarah Whaley.
And I'm Rick Marinon at 5. We told you State Superintendent Ryan Walters changed the scoring on tests to show more students actually passed it. The educators we spoke to said they were never told about this drastic change.
And they say it's hard to compare students' progress from year to year because of it.
New at 6, Fox 23's Devin Lyon also spoke with lawmakers from both sides who have concerns.
Now, when I spoke with 2 state representatives, one Democrat and one Republican, both of them agree that schools should have had more notice.
We try to gauge student improvement based on those test scores, and it's part of our A to F system.
Democratic State Representative John Waldron of Tulsa says state tests are vital for comparing the academic growth of students in schools from year to year. Changing those standards can make tracking the data tough.
But what's happening here is that the cut scores, the basic scores to be considered proficient, below basic, etc., those are determined by the state. And this year, the cut scores are different from the scores the previous year.
We showed you some of the statewide data on these scores, showed dramatic changes in scores that the state had not seen in prior years, such as 3rd grade English and language arts scores from last year's tests saw an overall 22% increase, which is significant when compared to the year prior that saw no change, and 2 years ago when there was a 4% increase.
So it'd be like kicking a field goal in football and somebody's moving the goalposts. So what's considered in or out changes based on where the goalposts are. We move the goalposts.
I also spoke over the phone with Republican State Representative Mark McBride. He believes nothing nefarious is happening behind the scenes when changing these scores. He believes the mistake made by the Board of Education was not communicating these changes and how to examine the data to Oklahoma schools.
I didn't know if somebody was fabricating scores or what was going on. This is something that has been in the making for 6 years. We do this every 6 years. The problem that I was told was that the Department of Ed, they did not talk to all the players, teachers, parents, students, superintendents, and explain to them what was going on.
Representative Waldron says although no one can say if these scores were inflated to make the current board look better, the system in place allows such things to happen.
The whole system of testing is too complicated for the average person to understand and too easy to manipulate. And we should ask some serious questions about whether this system, which is supposed to be about gathering data for measuring student performance, is subject to political manipulation.
Now, the state superintendent, Ryan Walters, says he has been in communication and working with those school districts throughout this process. I reached out to his office today and asked for some proof on those ways he's communicated with them. And just like several attempts we've made to Ryan Walters' office, we did not get a response despite several attempts today. Live in the newsroom, covering news that matters, Devin Lyon, Fox 23 News.
And Walters says academic standards change are a result of evaluations by the State Board of Education and the state legislature together.